I'm such an idiot. What am I even doing?
Wow, would you look at that view? Amazing, isn't it, Alisa? It's so pretty. Come on, you two. We need to get going. We're running behind schedule. Now, let them have their fun. Is that Alisa's father? Probably. It's not often you have a day off like this. Why not try and relax for once?
Oh.
Alisa?
Oh, Rein. What are you doing out here? Did you eat too much?
Emma made me come.
My mouth says no, but my stomach's thinking yes. You doing okay? You seem a bit unsteady there.
Nothing like that. I'm just feeling a little out of it. I'm just going to stay out here for a while and get some fresh air. Then I'll be Whoa! Sorry about that.
Were you gonna throw up? Are you okay? Should I take you to a doctor?
See? What did I tell you? We've been riding all day. I'm not surprised you're feeling tired. Riding a horse really takes it out of you.
I guess you're right. Why didn't that occur to me before?
Hey, Alisa. Look up at the sky.
Huh? Oh, wow.
You know, I didn't even notice it last night because we turned in so early. But now that we know, if you're out here to get some air, better to take in the starlight than look at the ground, right?
You're right. My father was a technician. 8 years ago, he passed away.
That must have been your father then, if you're talking about him now.
My family was never really the same after that. Mother was director of the company back then. She focused all of her energy on making the Reinford group even bigger. She used to treasure our family, but after that, it's like she could barely spare a thought for us.
Oh, she did seem like a talented businesswoman when we met her. Well, more than talented to run the Reinford group.
What you saw in River Station was just a watered-down version of her normal intensity. We'd be able to have dinner together maybe once every 3 months, and that's being generous. But at least I wasn't alone. Grandfather and Sharon were always there for me.
That's how it was, huh? I guess you've known Sharon for a long time then.
Yeah, my mother hired her about 7 years ago. Being a Reinford and all, I never had many people I could really call friends when I was young. The nobles looked down on me, of course, but the common people treated me like I was different from them, too. At least with my grandfather and Sharon around, I never felt totally alone. Grandfather introduced me to all kinds of different hobbies, like horseback riding and playing the violin. Sharon taught me self-defense and archery, and all the high society etiquette expected of a lady. Meanwhile, my mother kept expanding the company completely against the wishes of my grandfather, the chairman.
I see. Though, hasn't Reinford always been a big industrial company?
Kind of, yeah. Even back then, they took on projects in all fields, from steel mills to railway construction to guns and tanks. It's not surprising there are people out there who like to call the company a merchant of death.
I mean, they produce a lot of deadly weapons. I don't know, I can't help but feel a little suspicious.
I can't say I completely agree with that side of the company, but I've never felt embarrassed or ashamed about it. But a few years ago, the Reinford group finally went too far.
What do you mean?
Those 2 railway guns set up in Gorelia Fortress on the eastern edge of the Empire? You know about those, right?
Yeah, I've heard of them. They're supposed to have the longest range of any orbital cannon in the world.
I've only seen their spec sheets, but the destruction they're capable of is terrifying. Erebonia's still fighting with Calvert over Crossbell, and those guns are capable of targeting any point in Crossbell State. In just a couple hours, they could wipe Crossbell City and its 500,000 citizens off the map.
That's quite a weapon.
No way. That's way beyond being a weapon of war. More like an instrument of massacre.
I have a slight theory that this is probably going to tie into what we saw in the beginning of the game with the railway guns and the tanks shooting out. I'm just saying.
I couldn't agree more. And neither could my grandfather, who supervised their construction. Even though my mother was the one who signed off on the project, My grandfather regretted it like the decision was his. As he was hesitating over whether to hand them over to the Imperial Army, my mother betrayed him.
What?
She went behind his back and secured the support of all of Reinford's major shareholders. Everyone from Ruhr's ruling lord Marquis Ragnar to the top brass of the Imperial Army was on her side. In the face of such overwhelming pressure from all sides, my grandfather was forced to capitulate. He stepped down as chairman, and my mother wasted no time taking his place. That's when my grandfather decided to leave the company entirely. And me. I thought I'd at least have Sharon on my side, but she just did whatever my mother told her to do. It's been 5 years since then already.
Oh. I think I get it now. Why she gets under your skin, I mean. It's not so much what your mother did, but how it ended up tearing your family apart.
Yeah, I couldn't believe my mother would betray her own father. I couldn't believe grandfather would take it without fighting back. I couldn't believe Sharon, who'd always supported me, watched it all happen without a word of protest. It really drove it home to me, how big the Reinford group was now, and how small I was. I hated realizing it had become so large that corporate interests were stronger than family ties. Looking back, I guess that's when I decided I'd leave home and enroll in the academy. Even when I ran, I couldn't go far enough to escape my mother's shadow, or the Reinford name. Then I come here and find my grandfather happily enjoying a whole new life without a care in the world. When I stepped outside, I was feeling so lost, so frustrated. But it's kind of strange, you know? I look up at the stars and it feels like I can escape the gravity of everything. I think I'm finally starting to understand why my grandfather chose to leave it all behind and move out here in the first place.
You really are strong, Alisa. Stronger than you realize. You were finally ready to talk about it. About your family and the company and everything. So, maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Maybe you're right. But I don't think I would have been able to if I hadn't enrolled at the academy. Meeting everyone in Class 7, the lacrosse club, you, I'm a better person for it. Your support has already made a difference.
Alisa, this is a great talk we're having. Please don't fall for me.
So, thanks. Thanks for worrying about me. And thanks for reminding me to look up, not down.
Anytime. Though, truth be told, I came to check on you because Emma asked me to.
Oh, he actually said that.
Sorry to ruin the moment.
I thought that might be the case.
You knew?
Oh well, there's always next time.
Next time for what?
It's kind of strange to hear you tell me I'm strong, because I could say the same thing about you. You always seem to get thrust into the role of leader. Someone we can count on to keep us on track.
I'm a main protagonist, what can I say?
I guess running errands on all my free days is really helping me buckle down. Still, I feel like I've got a long way to go, especially when I keep running from myself.
Huh?
Remember back in Keldic? I said that I came to the academy to find myself, but sometimes I wonder if maybe I just wanted to get away from my family, from myself.
Oh.
How can you get away from yourself? Explain that logic to me, Rein.
Do you not get along well with your family?
Oh, I do. I'm not their real son, but my parents always loved me like I was. My sister and I, we've had our differences, especially lately, but we still get along pretty well. No, the problem's just with me.
Rein. Still, I suppose the fact you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right? Who'd have thought I'd have the chance to feed you your own good advice so soon?
Oh, well played.
I can't believe you can just say things like that with a straight face. Maybe being on the receiving end every now and then will do you some good.
Alright, you got me. I admit defeat. But yeah, I guess I'm starting to figure things out. In my own way. Maybe enrolling in Thoris was the first thing I'd done right in a long time. I ended up in Class 7. And now, all of us are out here like this, spending time together.
Yeah, I like that. I hope the things we learned during our field studies can help us all make a difference in the world. So... Wait, all of us?
Oh, were they watching the whole time?
You two were gone so long that we started to get a little worried. No way! How long have you been listening?
The whole time?
Still, I suppose the fact that you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Stop! Rain, he was the one who said it first. I was just repeating it back to him. Oh, Alisa, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Honestly, you touched my heart.
I apologize for eavesdropping on you, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad I did.
How did I end up in the middle of this anyway? Fine, if that's how you want to play it. None of you are getting any sleep until you've shared all your most embarrassing secrets.
I mean, like, does Gaius have any? Emma might not either. Emma might have a few, actually. Husis might have a few, too, but does Gaius have an embarrassing memory? I just don't see it.
What? I don't...
You wish.
Seems like you did well.
Honestly, I feel like she helped me more than I helped her. Hey, guys?
Hmm?
This is a really beautiful place.
Yeah, ain't it?
A really beautiful place for a cool guy like you. Ooh, can now use S-Craft Rosetta Arrow. That was a nice scene. I think I have a newfound appreciation. I think I have a newfound appreciation for Alisa.
I've got a little reward here.
Ingenuity. Like, I liked Elisa's before. I never hated Alisa, except for, like, the first 5 hours. When they had that whole drama with, like, her and Breen. But I never hated Alisa. I love learning about her past, though. Now I feel like I understand her a lot more, which I'm really looking forward to just digging deep in these characters' backstories.
Drinks are on me someday.
No thank you. Okay, 0255 hours. Shift's almost over. No sign of anything suspicious or anything at all, really. Why do we even do this every day? You know what the point of having a sentry is, right? Oh hey, you're early. But come on now, you gotta get where I'm coming from, at least a little. I couldn't understand if we were posted near Crossbell, but who's gonna start a war out here in the boondocks? You never know, right? Perhaps the fact that you'd never expect it would make it a perfect place to start a war. Besides, Lieutenant General Vander says we need to stay on alert, and he knows the situation better than we do. The Lieutenant General's a great man, yeah. What are those big shots from the 3rd Armored Division doing stationed in some backwater place like this anyway? You think that rumor's true? That he got posted here because he wouldn't help the Blood and Iron Chancellor? Watch what you say. That kind of idle gossiping is how rumors get wings. Fine. Such a killjoy. Anyway, you got things covered here. I want to go to sleep. Got a few minutes left on my shift, but you're here. And hey, who's counting? Honestly. Wait, what was that? What the? What happened? Did they just get shelled? Who had the order to attack? No one. I've heard nothing of the sort. Ugh, Zendergate needs to know about... What the? No way. Oh my goodness! Tank just shot at us. An enemy attack? Where's it coming from? No. Oh, adios. Oh my goodness, the gate's getting destroyed. That's gonna cause a lot of collateral damage. Ah, thank you, game. I don't need to save. Field study day 3. Same day, 6:30. What kind of tasks we got today? That was a great meal. I don't think I can eat another bite. After how much we ate yesterday, I'm surprised we were still able to pack away this much food. Well, you're all growing boys and girls, so eat up. Riding takes a lot of energy, so I'd say eating like this is normal after a day out in the plains. Would anyone like more? I should probably refrain. If there's any chicken left, we could wrap it in bamboo and take it with us. Who knows, we might need something to gnaw on while we're out there today. Okay, let me help too. I'll pour the leftover tea into some containers for you. Oh, thanks. You really are too kind. You're our guest. What kind of host would we be if we didn't treat you as such? Anyway, here's the grand list of tasks you'll be tending to today. Day 2 assigned tasks. Only one? A large unknown monster has been seen around the northern part of the Highlands. It must be exterminated at all costs. Okay. Just one request, huh? Alright, well, I'll take it. I figured it couldn't hurt to give you fewer than yesterday. Feel free to take advantage of that extra time to do whatever strikes your fancy. Maybe go off the beaten path a bit. Understood. Thank you again for everything. Do you want to spend some time with your grandfather today, Alisa? Sounds like you were able to spend much time with him yesterday. Wynn stayed in the Elder's home yesterday, right? I imagine he ought to be up soon. We have no objections to completing this morning's task without you if you wish to spend more time with him. But, Blacken, are you there? Oh, is it Gwyn? Elder? Yes, I'm here. Oh, it's the Elder.